Hi friends, it's Mary and I am here today doing a video that is a collaboration with Angel from Making Baby Taylor, and you can find the link to her wonderful video in the description box below. Today we are sharing what is on our iPhones. I love watching videos like these because I think that we can pick up such great resources and apps and ways to set up our devices and our tools that we use just by sort of looking over the shoulder of someone else to see what they have set up. So I'm very excited to show you the apps that I use regularly on my device and how I sort of set up my organization system, things like that. So I do a lot of scrapbooking, a lot of paperless living. So my recipes, my calendar, my task list, all of those are on my phone. I take a lot of pictures because I have a toddler, almost two, so of course I love having pictures of her. And I also use my phone a lot in combination with my crafting and things like that. So that's a little bit of what you're going to be seeing on the phone, on my iPhone, and I hope you'll check out Angel's video when you're done with this one. The link will be in the description box below. And be sure to subscribe and to thumbs up the video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and on to what's on my iPhone. So down on my dock I have my phone, the Safari browser, messages, and my camera. Those are the ones that I really need to have quickly, at my fingertips here. And then everything I use, I kind of have things split up into two different pages just because I want my picture to be able to be seen in this because I love seeing my little gal. And I actually have several calendar apps, as you'll see. The one that I'm liking most right now is Acal Light, which you'll see up here in the upper left-hand corner. I would show you, but I have some personal information on there. One thing I really, really love about Acal Light is you can do 5 years past. So if you click on a date, it'll show you what was on your day 5 years past. And since I have been using my Google Calendar for at least 3 years pretty consistently, actually it's closer to 5, but definitely consistently for the past 3 years, it's really neat to go back and see, especially right now we are coming upon my little girl's birthday, so I'm seeing a lot of the things that we did close to her due date, which is kind of neat. In my pictures folder, I have photos, the Project Life app, which I love. I'm going to be doing a full-on review about that and using that in my life, and then actually going through a book that I had made by Project Life, but I love that. Photofy, which what it does is it allows me to put like images and different things on that. Let me see. I don't think there's anything too personal on here that I can't show you. But basically, I use this as part of my Project Life app. Okay, so using the picture that is my background here, I'll show you, like, I can put words over it, which is one thing that I do. It's been a while since I've used it. I think I need to do. You can do a lot of different options with the photo. And actually, I've made a lot of purchases. One thing I do, I'll show you the stickers. They have really great stickers, which is wonderful for Project Life. And you'll see I've made purchases. One I love is Mickey Mouse and Friends. I use this a lot when I was scrapbooking our Disney trip and things like that. So you can just click on one of the stickers and eventually and you can just add it in there. So it's really nice because they do have a lot of branded things that you can purchase, and they have some more general ones as well. I use this a lot to edit a photo and then put it into the Project Life app, and I'll even do it with text. I'll add text because you can reshape it and kind of add it and change the fonts and everything like that. And see how you can move it. You can make it bigger, you can change it. So this is one of my go-to apps when I'm project lifing. Let's see here. Okay, InstaWeather I haven't had the opportunity to use as much as I'd like. I used it when my baby girl touched snow for the first time, but I think it's a really neat app to have. So what you can do is take a picture and put it through this app, and it'll tell you what the weather was, where you were at, that sort of thing. So I think this could be really fun on vacation and things like that. The next is actually a link to a web page. I use this as part of my project life as well because I do mine by week, and I'm behind right now. So, if I know I just did week 9, then I need to see which dates were week 10. And if you're interested in seeing how I do my digital project life, I'd be happy to go through it. Just let me know in the comments below. But basically, I do week by week, and I pull the pictures from the cloud and then go through the process, and that helps with that. I use Google Photos. That is what I use to back up all my photos. It's a great service. And I actually made a joint account when we had our little girl, and I have this logged in under our same family account on my hubby's phone. So everything he takes uploads to the same cloud, and I can share with family, friends, use it for scrapbooking, things like that. This filter baker, I use this to create my Instagram photos for uh, my account because I want them to all look similar, and you can do rounded edges, things like that. It's, I think, Project Life cost, and PhotoFi is free but has those things that you can purchase, like the stickers, like I said. I think the rest of these are free. And then I think that just does text. I don't use it a lot yet. I just got it to put some words. Yes. So, like, here is a picture of my little girl. That was when she was in my tummy last year, and then this year. It's amazing how much they grow. So, that's a lot of fun. So, those are all my pictures and scrapbooking things that I use there. Hangouts. I love. I love Hangouts. I used to use it when I was on an Android as my total messages, but it doesn't work for that in the iPhone. So I have some people I still talk to on Hangouts. That's why it's on the front page here. This is listed as productivity. I'm not sure it's productivity, but this is some of my go-to things for keeping my life going here. I have Gmail, which is what I use, and I switch back and forth between my business and my regular account. Remember the Milk, which is my task system that I use as part of my paperless system, and I love it. I'll probably be doing a video on that before too long if you all are interested. Evernote, I heart me some Evernote, so I have to have it on my phone. Paymo is part of what I use to track my time for clients. I don't do a lot of time tracking anymore, but I do it for myself, just so I know how much time I take on projects and things like that. Push Bullet, I used more when I used an Android, but it is nice to be able to have it in a Chrome browser and send yourself a link or a photo if you need it quickly. Now that I have a Mac, it's not nearly as important because the Mac and the iPhone talk so well to each other, but I like having it on here in case I need it. It's easy to send something quickly because it has a Chrome extension. My Fitbit, I use that. I don't think there's anything too personal in here. So you can see where I'm at today. It's not very much. I haven't been doing too much today here. So that's my Fitbit. My Fitness Pal, I use this to track my weight, and I connect it to my Fitbit and my calendar just so I have a record of that. Time Buddy is a really awesome app. I use this a lot in my business because it allows me to pick a time zone and then see the corresponding time zone. So I do scheduling for interviews and things like that. And this is actually when I talked to a business coach in Australia. So that's where I was at last. And the bottom one here is my time zone. And it's really interesting to see the differences. But this is the best way I've found to make sure we're all on the same page. A Note. I love A Note so much. So what it does is you can create folders inside that match up with Evernote. So I use this for my journaling app because I love being able to see my journal entries on a calendar. And then you can also sync your calendars with it, and you can do other things like tasks and countdowns. Again, I'd show you, but I have a lot of personal information and I really don't want to share that. This is a great, great app, and I believe it is free. But you can connect all your calendars, see it on a much better calendar view than the default app. And I just love how it syncs with Evernote so that I can journal in there but have it on Evernote because I don't like to create paperless systems that aren't able to be used across every platform. Just Wink has adorable cards that you can send e-cards. So I love being able to send these to my friends. Let's see, hopefully this one's appropriate. Some of them have some naughty words, but overall they're very cute. This is a thank you hug, and then you can even sign it with, I think, with your finger and send it. Some are free, some are paid, but this is one of my favorite apps, and everyone that I've sent it to really love the cards. Breathe is a meditation app. I haven't got to try it yet, but I was suggested it, so I'm looking forward to trying it. Hootsuite I use within my business to schedule Instagram posts and things like that because unfortunately when I get time to sit down and pound them out, typically it's not a time that people are going to see it. So Do Notes I use as part of my paperless system to make quick notes within Evernote and things like that if I need to. I don't use it a ton, but it's nice to have on here. Sunshine is a very fun weather app, and actually every morning it tells me, hey, it's going to be hot today. Make sure you wear your short sleeves or things like that, depending on the weather. It's a fun way to get a little overview of the day in the morning. And Hormonology is an app I just recently found, and it helps keep track of, based on your cycle, what your hormones should, are probably doing, and it helps you feel a little less crazy if you're having a rough day because of your hormones. Definitely, it's free, fun to check out. Woo, we're on to page 2. These are actually I use all of the pages pretty well, but so these are my shopping apps. I have Cartwheel for Target, Walgreens, Kroger, Amazon. Slick Deals is a website. That's a website app or link. I don't use that a ton, but especially around Black Friday, I go to that site quite a bit. Flip, which I love. That is where you can look at the weekly ads. I really love having that, and you can search the ads too, which is awesome. So if you have something you're looking for, you can search through that. The Starbucks app, which I really hate because it makes me have crazy passwords and logs me out. But someday I'm going to get the hang of it, I'm sure. I have a gift card logged on there that I needed to use. The Meyer app, which is probably my best savings app that I like to use because you build up to, like, if you spend $150, you get $5 off. It just seems the best consistent app for discounts at a grocery store. Swagbucks, which I love working on free points through Swagbucks. Receipt Hog, Ibotta, Savings Star, Receipt Pal, Find and Save, Checkout 51, Shop Your Way. All of those I've used at different points in time to get money back for shopping that I've done. Coupons at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I go there quite a bit, as you can imagine. So I love being able to pull up their coupons there. My Chick-fil-A app, I used that when it first came out to get a free chicken sandwich, I think. And I have hopes for it, but I'm not sure how it'll really work in my area, Chick-fil-A. And Swagbucks TV, sometimes when it's charging, I'll let it run to get me some swag points so I can see those. The other app is a lot of stuff that I can't get rid of or things that I will pull up in my search bar rather than look for. One is a percentage app for tips and things like that. Trying to think. My Verizon, I use that to track my data, and I actually use it in the widget form, but it has to be on here, so I put it in there. Buffer I use for a client to schedule their posts. I think, Quick Notes I use in the widget form as well, but I have to have it on there. Skype I sometimes use to talk to clients or other people in the business. Crafting, I use Ravelry, that's just a link to the site, which is awesome. Tally counters, which I use in the widget area to track my rows when I'm crocheting or knitting. But again, I just keep it in there. Actually, I think I can open it. I think I just have, oh yeah, you can tell I had a typo in the second one, but you can go up and down, so that's nice to have. It's nice to have in the widget because I can just pull down and not have to actually go to this. Scribed I use for some patterns that I can't get anywhere else, and iRuler is a pinch hitter when I don't have a ruler with me. Entertainment. Stitcher is my preferred podcast app because I can switch between different devices and not lose my spot. My Kindle app for when I'm reading on the go. Hulu. We have a subscription currently. I don't know how much longer we're going to, but we're going to try to get through the first bit of all the shows. So I'm going to leave it on there till then. Audible. I love listening to audiobooks on Audible, especially on car trips. Netflix. We have been Netflix users for a long, long time. And I'm definitely looking forward to some of the shows coming up. Amazon Music. I have Amazon Prime, so this is an easy option to listen to music free. Sums. I love Sums. That's practically the only game I play here on my phone, and I go in and out of being addicted to it. And I just love them. They're so cute. Yahtzee. I played that with my husband for a while, so we haven't played it in a long time. Probably need to get rid of it. Pokemon Go. I play off and on. And Spotify. They have some stuff that Amazon Prime does not, and I actually prefer them, but I have Amazon Music as part of Amazon Prime, so it's just not as easy to use. Reading is kind of my blogs and things like that I do. Feedly is my feed reader that I kind of flip through each day. Pinterest, of course, I love all the time. This is actually not Facebook, but it's just a link to a website. Pocket is a link to the website because the actual Pocket app was taking up too much space for me. So I just use it on the web. But I love Pocket to read articles later, especially articles that were on Feedly. Instagram, of course. Layout I use for clients for Instagram. The Bible, I love this Bible app. I do my Bible reading on it every morning. Goodreads, I use through the link on the web. This is the link for that. Closet Space, I haven't gotten into, but I really want to. You can archive, take pictures of all your clothes, and sort of make a plan for what you're going to wear and what you're going to get rid of. And the next screen has our local library, which I'm not going to show. Google, I love Google things, so this is all the good Google stuff that we have to have. YouTube. My calendar is specifically to show only my YouTube calendar and my published calendar, so I don't have those crowding up my general calendar. Facebook groups is where I'll get in some YouTube groups and some other crafting groups. I keep that separate from my regular browsing on Facebook. The YouTube app, of course, YouTube Creator Studio, my mail app. I only have my YouTube mail come up on this one, so it helps me keep that separate from business and other things. And then the YouTube subscriber count. It's kind of neat to see that there because the Creator Studio is usually a little bit behind and not as easy and clear to read. And then my final one is for my little girl Mud Pie. Right now, the only things we have on here are the Fisher Price Animals, the Fisher Price Let's Count, and the Disney Junior app, and this will usually get us through any sort of crisis that we need to. I used to have a few other games, and then I also had the PBS Kids app, which was actually one of my favorites, but it stopped working pretty well in here, and I tried a couple of times, so we just play with that on the tablet, not on here. So that is what's all on my iPhone, and man, it's a lot more than I realized. But are there any apps that I should try out? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye bye.